Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from March 10th to the 16th and I'm using this Wizard of Oz themed kit from Scribble Prints Co. and I believe it's called Dorothy. This is another one of those pop mystery kits that I purchased after the fact. So when I got this, there was no label sampler available and I did have to go through my stash of leftover labels. And you would think that a primary colored kit would be easy to match, but no. The gold, I was able to find a couple things that worked, but the blue was really hard. I had none of this like periwinkle blue color. So we did our best and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There are a couple spots where the blue like kind of kills me, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy with it. As far as the spread goes, that's a lie. I just told you I'm happy with it. As far as this plan with me goes, I forgot to hit record on Wednesday. So I do apologize, but all that footage is missing. We'll just breeze through that day because honestly, nothing interesting happened. As far as the rest of the week, I do have some things to complain about and tell you. Let's see. Just looking. I know stuff happened. I just don't know what it was. Nothing on the first half of the week. Okay, so then Thursday. Okay, I won't bore you with the details, but for the last few months, work has been very, very stressful. My boss goes to a lot of conferences and just nothing's been going right with anything. I'm dealing with a bunch of morons. It's also just really hard to keep track of. And last year, also we hired someone new, so I've been having to deal with a lot of that stuff as well. So I am talking and emailing like no joke about like 15 to 20 different vendors and companies and insurance companies and all this stuff. And it's really hard to like remember everything, even though I have notes and I have this and I have that and whatever. I'm doing my best. And last year I did make a spreadsheet for all of the conferences so that I could keep track of like all the orders and everything. And this year it just completely I just forgot to do it and I've just been very overwhelmed and very stressed. Anyway, all that to say, on Thursday I had to ship out a bunch of promotional materials and stuff to my boss. And we ordered these like catalogs for one of our products. And I think I ordered 150 or something like that. And when the box came, first of all, sorry, I'm all over the place. Let me start at the beginning. Where I work, it's like a co-working space and there is a front desk, like administrative office manager receptionist type person, and she is supposed to let us know when we have packages. And she is semi-new. I think she started like maybe 5 months ago. But honestly, she's not very good about letting me know when we have packages. So I constantly like go check. And like there was one time she messaged me that we had a package and she was like, oh yeah, the package is in cubby D or whatever the hell. And I go and I checked every single fucking cubby and I couldn't find this package. Turns out she had it at her desk and she's very nice. She's very nice. I'm just venting, but it's just like, why on earth in your message did you say it was in a cubby? And then when I come ask you where it is, you're like, oh, it's right here. Like, of course it's right here. Common sense, it's right here. No. So anyway, that brings me to Thursday. I was checking the tracking on these catalogs because I needed to ship them to where my boss was across the country this Thursday. And so they were going to come just in time. Anyway, I didn't get a confirmation, or not a confirmation email. I didn't get a message from the receptionist. So anyway, I go into the mailroom. I check everywhere. They're not there. I go by her desk. And I see a box of them. However, the last time we ordered from this company, they split the order into 2 boxes. So I checked all the other boxes by her desk and I didn't see it. Now, I'm not saying that she lied. Maybe it was there and I missed it. I'm not exactly thinking straight at 8 a.m. when I get to the office, especially under duress. I'm not doing well, but I didn't see it. So I assume there's only 1 box. I checked, I think there were like 5 or 6 boxes by her desk. I checked every single one and only 1 was for us. So I took it upstairs. Anyway, I'm looking at this box and there's like 40 catalogs in here, not 150. And that's very concerning because my boss wanted me to pack half. She wanted me to pack 75 catalogs for these first 2 conferences. So I'm like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, you have to contact the company. They need to rush the rest of these. We need them for all these fucking, like 4 conferences in a row, no joke. So I go back downstairs and I just double check because I'm like, let me make sure I didn't miss it. I'm checking everywhere. I can't find it. So, and yes, devil's advocate, at that point, I should have asked the receptionist, but in my defense, she's not the best at letting us know when we have packages, and I checked everywhere twice, unless this package was hidden behind her desk. Like, I don't fucking understand. So anyway, I contact the company and they're like, oh, it says that it was delivered in 2 different boxes. It says they were both delivered. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm about to go downstairs to ask her about it. And she's like, oh yeah, I gave that back. Keep in mind, this is like 4 p.m. Okay. I looked at 8 a.m. and then I looked again at 4 p.m. because I'm getting desperate. Okay. Because I need to put this box downstairs by 5 p.m. for the UPS guy to pick up the next day. So anyway, I asked her and she's like, oh yeah, I gave it to your coworker. And I was like, oh, okay. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. And she's like, oh yeah, I noticed that you took the one this morning and I was so confused why you didn't take both. And I am seething, fuming at this point because I checked every single fucking box. So why did I not see the second box? And number 2, if you watched me take one box, why didn't you say, oh, there's another? That's literally your job. And she was also like, I could have sworn I marked it as in. And I'm like, thinking in my head, you fucking didn't. You didn't. I didn't get an email and I didn't get a text message, okay? You didn't mark anything in. And in my opinion, I think she just, is trying to cover her own butt because, long story short, she should have messaged me in the morning or actually it was delivered the night before. So she should have messaged me Wednesday night. I should not have made it to Thursday late afternoon, not knowing that I had 2 boxes. And you saw me only take one and check all the other boxes to see, that means you saw me look at all the other boxes and lift boxes up to check. If you were staring at me when I took the one and you saw me check all the boxes, why did you not tell me? Anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but I'm already, my stress is already to here. Can you tell? So then I had to contact the company. I'm sorry, this is so boring. I just realized I'm going on and on about work. 2 more sentences and then I'm done. Maybe even 1. I had to contact the company and let them know that I found the box, and I was a little bit embarrassed, but it's fine. It's fine. If I was a normal person with normal social capabilities, I would have asked her or said, the way my boss would have handled it is if she go, okay, well, in the future, it would be really helpful if you messaged us when we get packages and how many we get. But I was about to strangle her because I'm bad at regulating my emotions. So instead I just said, oh, really? And left and just walked away because the last thing she said. So I'm sorry, I'm still going on about it. Jesus Christ, shut me up. The last thing she said, she was like, yeah, I was wondering why you didn't take 2. And so I said, oh, really? And then walked away. Anyway, that was way too long-winded. Whatever. There's that. Another thing was, I guess this is the last thing I'm going to mention, and then the rest I'll just go through during the day by day, but I did watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3 finally for the first time on Sunday, and I had been putting it off for years. Obviously, I think it came out in 2023. I've been putting it off for years because I honestly didn't really enjoy the first 2, and I just have a lot of things on my list to watch, shows and movies that I'm really excited for, so it just kept being pushed back, but we finally decided to watch it, and I loved it. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies, I think, and it was just so good. I couldn't believe it because I hated the other 2. Hate's a strong word, but I never want to watch them again. How about that? But it made me sick to my stomach. It was so sad. I was choking back tears. I was so upset. I'm not going to spoil it, but I was sick. This movie messed me up. And I've seen a Serbian film, okay? This movie messed me up more. I was ill. Um, I thought about this movie for days afterwards. Like, I was just in the office about to make myself cry because of how upset this movie made me. But I loved it. But anyway, enough about all that. Let's get into the day by day, starting with Monday. The first thing I marked was that I paid my rent. And to be completely honest, I only marked it because I wanted to use up this wallet that I've just had chilling in my sticker book. So anyway, rent was due on the 10th. Then with this Fox and Cactus cat, excuse me while I take a drink of tea. It's allergy season. It's kicking my ass. Oh my God, excuse me. Okay. With this Fox and Cactus cat, I marked that I worked remote. Then with this Munchkin vacuuming, I marked that I vacuumed. With this leftover washing machine, I marked that I did laundry. With this Carly Plans shredder, I marked that I did a lot of shredding. If you remember, I'm going through all of my stuff, purging, decluttering, getting rid of trash, and I went through all of my important files. And so anything I didn't need anymore, I wanted to shred because it has sensitive information on it, and people do go through your trash. So lots of shredding happened this day. Then with this happy, I think, emoji head, I marked that it was the most lovely day. It was gorgeous out. Like, I don't think there will ever be a more perfect, pleasant temperature to be outside and go for a walk in. I don't think it'll ever happen again. I didn't go for a walk though. I was working and I hate being outside because I hate people. So I didn't really enjoy it much, but I did take out the cat litter and very much enjoyed the weather for a good 20 seconds. Then with this Prairie Planner toaster oven, I marked that I cleaned the toaster. It might be a microwave, but whatever. It looks like my toaster oven. Then with these Coffee Monsters Co. envelopes, I marked that I went through my mail. I just had a pile of, like a little mini doom pile of crap that I didn't feel like dealing with. Finally went through that. With this Fox and Cactus weight sticker, I marked that I did a workout. With a Prairie Planner microphone, I marked that I did a voiceover. With this Stick with the Plan Co. Lottie, I marked that I prepped all my produce. Then with this Coffee Monsters Co. hot chocolate sticker and an SPC TV, I marked that I had hot cocoa and watched Twin Peaks. Then with this Prairie Planner book, I marked that I read and I was able to catch up on all of my pages because I have been giving myself daily reading goals, and sometimes on the weekends those fly straight out the window, and I was able to catch up on Monday. And then moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked with this Paper Shire sticker was that it was way too dark for me to wake up at 6:50 when my alarm went off. I was not okay, and you guys know I'm still not okay. This is just, it hasn't been good. So I did struggle and I didn't get out of bed when I needed to. Then with this Prairie Planner flat lay and this awful blue sticker that just kills my eyeballs, I marked that I was in office. Then with these Paper Shire horror books, I marked that I read. With these Prairie Planner, with these shoes, I marked that I walked 10,000 steps this day. This camera, I believe, is just leftover deco, and I used it to mark filming. With this old SPC icon, I marked that I did a face mask. And then the final thing for Tuesday was that I watched YouTube. Then moving on to Wednesday, the day that I forgot to film, I do apologize. So actually, I don't think this shop calls them Olivia's. I just looked it up. My God. It's Beautiful Mess something, and I don't remember what they call this character. I guess an artist sells this to multiple shops and they all have different names for her. So whatever, her name's Olivia now. So with this Olivia, I marked that I was too tired to leave. Then with this Munchkin holding up razors, I marked that I had my laser appointment. I've been loving it. I hate having to go to things, but oh my God, I wish I could afford to do my entire body. If there's ever another sale, another steal of a deal like I got, I'm doing it. Oh my God, it's fabulous. It's fabulous. Now, you do often need once a year maintenance, a single treatment. I'm hoping that won't be the case for me. But if it is, it is. Whatever. Then with this leftover deco, I marked that I read. With another Fox and Cactus weight, I marked that I did a back workout. Then I believe this is an old Planning Roses sticker. I marked that I cleaned the kitchen. With this Olive Studio olive, I marked that I drank my tea. Then with this, Jesus Christ, pink planner. Fuck. Nope, it's gone. It's gone. Anyway, I think she closed her shop regardless, but with this sticker, Pink Diamond Planner Co. I think that's it. I marked that I watched The Mist because I just finished reading The Mist earlier, and spoiler alert ahead, so like skip a little bit if you don't want to know. I'm sure you know by now, this book came out in the 80s and the movie came out in like early 2000s, but I couldn't remember in the movie the main character cheating on his wife, but in the book he cheats on his wife in the matter of hours of being stuck. I think I've already talked about this because it upsets me so much. So I rewatched the movie. I was right. He doesn't cheat on his wife in the movie. They took that out because it didn't make him a sympathetic character. Anyway, a little flash forward, once I finished The Skeleton Crew, I was reading through, because at the end, Stephen King like writes about his inspiration and like how he came up with the stories, and he was talking about The Mist, and he said that he didn't really like his first draft, and he didn't like that the character never found out if his wife was alive or dead. And he didn't like that the main character cheated on his wife. I think it's a little funny because, like, babe, you're the one who wrote that. But he did explain that, like, he wanted to keep, like, a certain pace or tempo or, like, writing style that he had going. And I guess he felt it was important to leave that in. I personally didn't. I think the story would have been 10 times better without him cheating on his wife in 45 seconds of being away from her. But that's just me. Anyway, then the final thing on Wednesday was that I pulled stickers and I used this leftover planner deco for that. Then moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that I was the most tired I had ever been. I say that all the time and I mean it every single time. This day was rough and I used a tired emoji for that. Then with another emoji, I marked that nothing has gone right for these conferences. Stop me. Just stop me. All I'll say is we ordered chocolates from Amazon and they didn't come, so I had to go to Staples and buy chocolates with my own money and then go into our corporate account and Zelle myself the money for the chocolates. Fortunately, Staples takes Apple Pay because I don't bring my wallet to work with me in case I get robbed on my way home, because then they'll just get my work laptop and not my money and ID. So yeah, they can have my bus pass, whatever. And I got the last two boxes, or the last two bags of chocolate. They're these fancy looking Hershey things that we give out at conferences. Anyway, they had 2 bags left. I needed 2 bags. I got 2 bags. So I guess that technically did go right, but also didn't, because the chocolate never showed up from Amazon. They said they couldn't deliver it. No idea why. There's literally a doorman and a receptionist, so whatever. Then with this angry Lottie, I marked that I was so fucking angry with reception. I'm calm now. I'm not mad anymore, but oh my God. I need therapy and drugs. Then with this gossip sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co., I marked that I vented to my roommate. Then with another, oh my God, I love this sticker so much. This is like one of my top 10 favorite stickers. This Coffee Monsters Co. like lounging, watching TV sticker. I marked that. My roommate and I watched The Devil Wears Prada. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite chick flicks, and she had never seen it. And because I sat through all of Arcane, I made her sit through The Devil Wears Prada. While we were watching that, since I've already seen it 10 times, I pulled stickers and I used this planner from a printable kit. And then the final thing on Thursday was another Lottie from Stick with the Plan Co. And I marked that I started, or maybe I didn't start it this day, but I watched is it the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel? Anyway, forgive me if I've already mentioned this, but a friend of mine like 10 years ago told me to watch it, and I never did, and I finally did, and I'm obsessed. I fucking love it. I've only made it through 1 season, and then I swapped back to Twin Peaks. I just needed a break from Twin Peaks because it's like dark, and it's a lot. Like season 2 is very like all over the place. But now I'm taking a break before season 2 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I am back on Twin Peaks. Anyway, moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with this Coffee Monsters Co. FaceTime sticker was that I had work. Then with a microphone left over from a printable kit, I marked that I did another voiceover. With this, oh my God, pumpkin paper Kotera. So sad. I love this sticker. I think this might be my last one too, but I'm trying not to hoard things. Anyway, I marked that it was time to read. Then with this emoji eating pizza, I marked that Joe and I got Blaze. He had a coupon, so we got 2 large pizzas, I think for like $5 each or something like that. Then with this Prairie Planner sneaker, I marked that we went for a walk afterwards. And then the final thing on Friday was that we watched The Challenge and White Lotus. And this sticker is, I think, from Pink Diamond Planner Co. as well. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with this Fox and Cactus sticker was that I slept 11 hours. I was so tired. Awful, but I needed the sleep. Then with this Munchkin from Once More With Love, I marked that I read. With this Prairie Planner party sticker, I marked that I went to the St. Patrick's Day party, and it was actually really fun. I didn't want to go. I wasn't looking forward to it, but we ended up meeting some new people, and they were really fun, and it was just it was a really good time. We were there from like 4 to 10:30 p.m., just like hanging out and chatting with people. It was great. Then with this emoji in a Walmart bag, I marked that we left because I had to make it to Walmart before they closed at 11 because I needed to get cat litter and a couple other things. So we went to Walmart. Then with this Prairie Planner litter sticker, I marked that we went back to my apartment so that I could feed the cats and do their litter. Then with another pumpkin paper Coterra, I marked that I took the trash out. With this Prairie Planner TV, I marked that we watched Squid Game. We're on season 2. And it's really good. We put off watching it for a while just because, you have to read. So I don't even like to eat during the show because I don't want to look down at my food and miss something. Then with this insomnia emoji, I marked that we went to bed at 4 a.m. Then moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with this Prairie Planner sticker was that a road was closed, and it added like so much time to our trip. We were leaving to run some errands and then see my grandmother. With this printable wallet, I marked that we were able to exchange a sweater I had gotten Joe for Christmas. It was just too big for him, and fortunately the store still had one in stock, so we exchanged that. With this Paper Shire sticker, I marked that we had a very early dinner with my grandmother. With this Aldi Lottie from Stick With The Plant Co., I marked that we went to Aldi. And they didn't have blueberries, which is so weird because the Aldi we went to was in New Jersey. Like, they grow them there. Odd. Anyway, another customer told me that they never have blueberries at that Aldi. I thought that was interesting. Then with this Target sticker from Carly Plans, I marked that we went to Target. I think I needed to get Red Bull. And then with the movie marquee from the kit and this squidge from Stick With The Plan Co., I marked that we watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And then the final thing on Sunday with this Sunday Scaries emoji was that I had insomnia. So that was everything for this week. I don't know, I just spaced. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.